I was just looking at something. And it's talking about quarantine style and quarantine deceit. Uh, I don't know what all this stuff means, but it sounds like nobody need to be dealing messing with them quarantine folks. Cause they could be royalty, it could be anything, and it sounds like they gonna get out when they do get out. And somebody gonna be in, a lot of people gonna be in trouble, a lot of trouble. I was just listening to somebody. I hope my movie's still on. I was just listening to somebody. I listened to a Liam online. Talking about keep going, don't give up. She was, when you got a guy, keep going, don't give up on whatever God told you to do. That's good. That's a good word. When you feel like everything done fell apart. But what is giving up though? I mean, what led you to give up is what's important. What will be leading you to give up? Is be what's important. It's something to pay attention to right there. This is what God told me. The angels told me first. They're like, you gonna be without. You gonna be by yourself, everything. They ain't say it like that, though. You good though. You gonna be straight though. They're like, you gonna be you gonna be without though. And God told me, he said, they were like, what about Tat? What about Tat? When it comes down to, anything, or whatever this situation was gonna be, you gonna have me, what God said. But anyway, God told me, I don't know if this go for everybody. This is what God told me though. He said, anytime you left alone, and anytime you don't have anything, and they done took everything, it's like God to consume something. Like the burning bush and stuff. It's like God to take charge. It's like it was a lot of stuff that went into play on our lifetime on this earth to make it where God couldn't intervene. But when you put people in a situation where they don't have nobody, you force God. It's like somebody know how to force God's hand. So they put people in a situation where God intervened. And that's where you get all the people out the Bible from. And a lot of people out the Bible. And most of the time it be God's children. So how is that? That's what make people, that's what should make you wonder. I mean, you shouldn't intervene in, of course it's too high up, it's too high of a position for any of us to worry about. But that's something to think about. Like, how is it always God's children? It's powerful. But anyway, I'm trying to say this so I can help those to let y'all know it ain't no bad position in life. It ain't no bad position, but it's definitely like the Liam said, keep God, do this and do that. But in my position, I ain't supposed to be right. I ain't supposed to do none of that. Not right now. And like I said, they scanning books and everything in my situation. And they done took everything. I ain't supposed to be doing that. I did what I supposed to gave the lovers. They supposed to came their gift. And I just had to do that online. One lover, this is how funny this is. One lover I had a gift to give to had something to do with this was a female now, had something to do because she's into like she into weird stuff. But I think I don't know what she is, a nurse. I don't know what she is, but I don't know what the hell she is. But it was gonna be something to help all men, and it just so happened I ain't even get to meet her, never saw her. I know she in Miami, but she kept running around like the rest of them. And it's funny because they put me in this quarantine situation, and I had to do their tests, and one of these tests you involved in. So it was like the same gift I was gonna give you. You almost forced it. It's like your higher self said, I want my gift. Everybody, I'm gonna tell you something, ain't nothing more important than the gift God give you. People chase after them gifts because them gifts that God give you is priceless. And so that's really all. All I gotta do is this Zubo. And I was just listening to my man Tech-N9ne, and he was saying something similar. He was saying something that caught me. He said building an empire in the zoo. Real, bro. Building an empire in the zoo. You see how things just coexist with one another. Them clear signs of the same family tree as well. So it's like y'all, everything is in front of us. Everything in front of us. Everything in front of us. We were just being distracted. So anyway, let's go back to God. Alright, so they took everything. They took all of everything. And I watched God before I even got on the phone on technology. Actually, I ain't gonna say it. I don't want to say that, but I don't want to say that. Like, when I got to the itch and all that, I ain't gonna say that. Because y'all might try something slick like that. But, it was like before I got into the tech, though, God was reaching through its channels. And you don't have to have technology to have channels. Technology just makes it a lot easier and a lot simpler to have channels. You don't have to have technology to get channels, but it just make it easier. Cars do channels. It's like certain people, like real terror really gotta do calls. The real ones, they gotta have calls. That's their channel. They channel in English. Otherwise, they're gonna go crazy, talk to themselves, all kind of stuff. It's wild. They gifted. It ain't magic. It ain't black magic. It's magic, real magic. It's guys that belong to God. Really, they belong to God. They angels, really. You know, some of them just wind up vibrating so low they become witches and warlocks. But that ain't all. You can't single out anybody with it. That could be anybody. You could be a religious person and wind up a witch or a warlock. And in this situation, I done seen religious people involved in this situation just as well as spiritual people. So it's good and bad and everything. But so anyway, God was like, they gonna leave you alone. They gonna have you, everything gonna be taken from you. And it was God told me that before they took everything. So it was like, basically God was saying, look, I'm gonna come and spend time with you to show you how to be a man. And while I show you how to be a man, everybody gonna take everything from you. See what I'm saying? It really ain't no bad in it. Now if I would have looked at this distortedly, it would have looked like everybody taking stuff from me, and I would have just looked at and observed the God part as an illusion. And I'd have been went crazy, went to prison probably, or got killed. Taking everything, taking all from them, took a child from them. Yeah, everybody, that worked down for it. It was programmed gonna tell you. Program gonna tell you, you know, and I'm just saying it in short words. That's worked down. That worked down. They must be changing my code. And I keep itching everywhere. I'm itching all over. Unless something been biting me. It probably mosquito been biting me in the room. But that program, the program would be like, that's worth dying for. They ain't gonna stop you. Even the cops gonna say. I went to jail one time in the last 4 years, and the cop was like, that'll make me go crazy. It was like everything. Said he was cool there though. He was from California or something. He said he was cool there. Everybody else didn't really like his ass, but of course he was a cop in California, so you know he was like, to them he was like a hard leg. But I thought he was pretty cool. He was straight, man. And he said he was locking me up. He said, man, what you here for? I told him how I was in a high. I'm mad as hell, bro. I was so mad when they put me in jail. I put my shirt over my head. I kept saying, Don Julio. Don Julio. They was like, calling on the intercom, will you please stop? I started, it's like home away from home, bro. You know what I'm saying? Quarantine to jail? What's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Which one is better? I bet you can't tell which one better. So it was like, it's all good. It's all good. But God was like, I'm gonna teach you how to be a man. I told God I went to hell. And God was like, what you go to hell for, bro? You ain't supposed to be going no hell. You know who you are, you ain't supposed to. I don't know why, I don't know nothing. I ain't got no parent, I ain't never had no parent and this and that. And that's when God touched me and he's saying somebody stole my life, stole my energy from me. And that's when it's shutdown time, quarantine time. Everybody got analyzed and everybody getting evaluated. I'm talking about they went all the way back to school friends, to elementary that I didn't even remember until they said it to me. I was like, oh, I remember that guy. Everybody being evaluated right now. And you know, you see something go that far back, of course it's gonna take 5, 17 years. A long time, 40 years old. So they were like, God was like, I'm gonna teach y'all to be a man. And we all thought, you know, when I told y'all this, y'all thought it can't be a joke now, all this stuff that I done told y'all about. Ain't nobody else to teach me but God. Who else gonna teach you stuff like this? I'm teaching y'all how to walk from the spiritual to the physical to the spiritual. And nobody else, y'all might be stealing the stuff and you starting to trick you. That's one thing, that's why I ain't in the street. When I first got in the street when I was young, lying and stealing was like part of it. But immediately I got out of that situation because I realized you'll start believing your own lies. And then you start thinking everything illusion. Then you start thinking all hell, earth, and heaven, everything on earth. You start going crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. To me, that is crazy, you know what I'm saying? Not like how the religious, not like how the Muslims see hell on earth. I'm talking about the way y'all see it, the way certain people see it, and the way they see it, that's two different things. But, so anyway, God was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay there with you and teach you how to be a man. Because I basically went to hell from lack of parenting, poor parenting. And I'm one of the few people God come and get personally. So I went to hell for poor parenting. You know, because of poor parenting. I was misguided and used and abused and didn't know it. And that's why things is turning. You know, that's why that's why I can say confidently, y'all ain't killing nothing. You're gonna wish you gave me my stuff, or you're gonna happily, politely give me my stuff back with interest. Because it's God's world. It ain't Satan's world. It ain't man's world. It's God's world. You're going to do what God tell you to do. We all going to do what God tell us to do regardless. It don't matter what you think about God. It don't matter if you believe God real or not. You know what I'm saying? It's God's world and God real. We know God's real. Yeah. Humans that made humans. You evolved from a monkey. Well, who made the monkeys? Man, go on, sound someone. Regardless of that, so. They did an experiment years ago. How would I know this? Y'all did an experiment in ancient times. Man is a lot older than we think they is. Y'all did an experiment in ancient times on a divine being, on God. And y'all connected God with a monkey. I want to tell the scientists about scientists this. How would I know this? Only God could have told me this. Y'all did an experiment in ancient times. And y'all had God, these boxes been real, these God boxes. Y'all had a guy, y'all know when God born in them, y'all know when God come in them. And y'all be abusing the boxes. And y'all experimented on God. And put God and a monkey together. And I ain't in no book on thing. So somebody would have to tell me that God told me that. God told me that. It's sad, bro. But anyway, it's sad. That's why I say these boxes are bigger than us. They're bigger than us. By now, God opened, you know, of course, by now, I don't know. But it's bigger than us. But anyway, so when God told me that, and God, they took everything. Shit, they ate everything. I was like, how am I supposed to? And he started showing me how he can reach out to you through nature, showing me how he can reach out to you through your body cells, through your pores, showing me how he can reach out to you through your hair, showing me how he can reach out to you through your belches, even all the way from passing gas, all that. Showing me how everything on your body is like a beat, it's like an alarm, it's like everything that goes off on you. You don't do nothing for no reason. You don't do nothing for no reason, you know what I'm saying? And God was like, you're gonna be by yourself really just because I'm with you. When you get somebody else, all these special abilities, supernatural abilities, you feel you got probably leave as well, you know. So they ain't permanent. Some of them ain't permanent. Like what I just said is because it's there in all of us, but it's other stuff I can do that ain't mine. It's God's gift. Them guys, they belong to God, and it'll be gone. Once he done doing what he doing here and putting things back together, y'all see it on the outside. You just but you can't say nothing. Once he done fixing all this, putting everything back together like it's supposed to be, everything gonna go back to normal. I'm gonna go back to normal, basically, whatever that is. And he kind of doing that now. Just showing me the gift that we got that we just never tapped into. You know, it's like you want to know if somebody in the house before you go to the house. You want to know if somebody in the house before you go to the house. You know, you might have that gift for God to know that. I ain't got that, but he showed me how I could know that by certain bells and whistles, getting close enough to the house to go off without me even going in the house. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't finna right now. Y'all got some high stuff that nobody in the world even seen. That y'all probably put in a couple movies, 2 or 3 movies, and ain't nobody seen them movies. And I know better to write anything. Y'all ain't getting nothing else, y'all. I gave the gifts that I gave out, that I give out to that I was supposed to get to the lovers that came. I really be hoping they get it and shut that down. Get them to shut the YouTube, shut that page off. It's really me trying to send you something through the Astro, and you just not letting that page play. You know, like YouTube always do, blacking out the page when they don't want it to play. You know, because it's your gift. I don't need nothing. I don't gotta do nothing. This book gonna be written regardless. I probably won't leave till that book written. Y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all gonna let me out of here. Even if y'all don't let me out of here, you gonna put me back together so I can get my own book written the way it's supposed to be. Regardless, I'm gonna get right. Or it's gonna just keep being fall after fall after fall after the tower's gonna fall after fall after. It's gonna keep falling, bro. Cause it's a hat. The hat going from hat going back. The hat going from person to person. This is real something to now. It's a hat that's going around. Hat going from person to person, that's shutting everything down. Cause the hat only can go to certain. If that guy gave me the hat, I told y'all this on Facebook. Guy gave the hat to me. Guy got to give you the hat, and then you can't just steal the hat. And let's say the hat is a relic. The hat got to come to me. The hat will kill you, destroy you. You stole everything, you did that. We just waiting on y'all to just destroy yourself. That's just the way it is. That's it. So one day I will be out of here. I will be married. And them kids gonna be born. Because the kids, guys, this some kids I gotta have. It's gotta be born. I don't wanna say who these kids is, but they're gonna be powerful. And the dark and the light gonna let these kids be born. They not only are they gonna let these kids be born, they're gonna protect these kids with all they might. That's how powerful this situation is. We ain't seen the half of it. And right now they're just trying to find the woman. The one woman that they want, she's just so far away. And it's like a dispute between God and my ancestors. My grandparents like, she's too far, she's so far away. But they, you know, she's okay with both sides, but she's just so far away. And there's other women around here, but they got people. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, a couple of them don't. But it's like two of them screwed up so bad. God don't even want, they messed their energy up. They messed their DNA up, sleeping with, dealing with whoever they were dealing with. It was like, it was a trap, a devil trap. And when they laid up with them people, it's like that DNA cannot mix with my DNA at all. So it's off limits now. So here we are. But it ain't nothing. These ain't no, all that I just said ain't what's causing the setbacks. It's God doing that. Because God is molding me and making me better and better and better. And better and better and better. But like I said, they already done showed me. And it's probably one young girl. She ain't young, but she younger than I ever been with. She already probably here. She already been coming around. So it's like the energy already starting to change and adjust. So even if I don't get out the box gonna remodify to what it feel like I am out the box, like it used to be when I was already in the box and didn't notice I was in the box. You know what I'm saying? And it's like my boy just said, or my brother just said, it said, building an empire in a zoo. Now do we get it? This ain't no illusion. This is all remodifications taking place right here in the right here in front of man's eyes. See, the flame was not supposed. I don't think the flame. I don't know. Then it wouldn't have been a book if she didn't do what she did. So I think she did what she supposed to did. But yeah. So everything coming together. It coming together like it's supposed to. And so what I'm trying to say is, utilize that time with God when you know this God is with you. That alone time. What I'm trying to tell everybody out there, when you get in a situation like this, where you are completely alone, they took everything, start paying attention. That's the best moment of your life, because God's somewhere around you, literally, like the burning bush.